Hello, everybody. Are we feeling happy tonight? If not, may I please remind you to take your joy. Hello, beautiful people. How are we all doing tonight? How are things? How's stuffs? How's it going? I have once again put another video essay out into the world, and that means that it is also time for another post video essay stream. For once, I'm doing my post video essay stream like actually right after the video is released. Just a little bit of a change of pace. Usually I wait like a month, but I was like, it's in my head. Let me get into it. Let's do it. So thank you guys for being here. How is everyone? We're just gonna hang out for a second. I'm gonna put some new music on that's gonna be a little bit more like appropriate background music than the intense 1960s soundtrack we've been having. Um, okay. All right. I don't know if this is gonna be any good, but hopefully it'll be fine. You may have recognized that music from the video essay. I don't know if everybody here has seen the video essay. It's totally fine if you haven't. Um, Also, ooh, that is so quiet. Ooh, there we go. Okay, that's vibey. This is good. All right, let me know at any moment if the levels aren't mixed very well, if you're having difficulty hearing me, or if the music's a little bit too much. Just let me know. This is a conversation. While I'm doing disclaimers, I'm a little bit ill today. Hopefully you can't tell too much. It seems to be one of those like quite minor cold situations where it kind of like blows over really quickly. So that's what I'm hoping. But um if the voice is a little bit like not the usual, if my energy is a little bit off, it's because I am tired and a little bit ill. But I really didn't want to reschedule this. I was like, no, we're gonna make it happen. So here we are. Closet Demon says it was a very good essay. I had to write some thoughts down myself after watching it. Thank you. That's very kind. Silver's Puppet says, gotta look up the video again because I forgot almost all my thoughts I had while watching it. Okay, so writing down our thoughts seems to be a common theme. To be fair, I don't think I'm a video essay watcher, consumer, and I don't think I'm always like, I get all of these things that I've learned from it, and I'm like, ooh, it really challenged my thinking on this, and then I completely forget about it a month later. That's okay. You don't have to remember everything. You're not going to be quizzed. We're not going to put you through the Wellington Wells intentionally broken game show to based on the video essay. You're fine. You're safe. You're not going to be shit, I'm forgetting all the game lingo. The anyway, something things. Jane says, hello, Jane. Jane was quoted in the video essay. It's an honor to have you here, an esteemed academic in our midst. Have you seen The People's Joker? Caught it after seeing the essay, and it resonates pretty well with the tyranny of happiness. I have not. I actually almost, I haven't seen, so I don't know if The People's Joker is one of the new Joker films. I haven't seen either of them. I haven't seen the one with Lady Gaga or the other one, the original. I wanted to put a little Joker reference in when there's like a line in the video where I say like trans surgeries and hormones necessitate purchase because we live in a society, and I wanted to do like the little we live in a society thing. But then because I'm such an overthinker and I'm so paranoid, I had to spend ages like researching the origins of that meme and making sure that I wasn't like playing into some like accidentally like alt-right narrative or something. And I just ended up giving up on that. So a little background in my process, I will just overthink every single thing I incorporate into the video essay. It's very meme. But I should watch it. Yeah. There's been a few things. This always happens to me when I make a video essay. There's been a few things where I've been like seeing something right after finishing the script or right after finishing filming where I'm like, this would have been perfect to incorporate into the video. And one of those themes is Brave New World. I actually have a little clip from the new sci-fi Brave New World in the video essay. But I like, embarrassing to admit, I'm literally did my undergrad in English literature. I've never read Brave New World. The closest I've gotten to the Brave New World, like, dystopic aesthetic is We Happy Few. And playing We Happy Few, I was so like excited by these ideas because they played in so well with because I was already working on the script for the Fascism of Happiness before I found We Happy Few as a game. So when I found the game, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. And had no idea that We Happy Few was referencing Brave New World. And I've since watched the new sci-fi, I think it's Paramount, the new sci-fi Brave New World. I say new as in like the last few years, I think, or like around COVID time. New. And there's so many moments in that show that are so perfect for the Fascism of Happiness. There's this amazing moment where they're all smashing their happiness drugs, and one of the main characters, John, says, "Would you rather be happy or free?" And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I could have so included a clip of that and of them all smashing their little like happiness sticks. But we didn't find it in time. That's just the way it goes sometimes. You know, we do what we can. It is what it is. The People's Joker is an independent transgender coming of age film which parodies the Joker. Okay, so I haven't heard of that at all, but it sounds super interesting, super fascinating. I may have to look that up after this stream. Thank you for the recommendation. I know that I'm gonna watch it and just to be absolutely kicking myself like, fuck, I wish I'd included this. But oh well. Okay. Also, as just like a rule of thumb, if I don't respond to any comments, please feel free to double post anything if there's anything you want me to respond to. I have a tendency of struggling to keep up with the chat sometimes, and if that happens, just know that I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, thank you all for being here. I'm just scrolling back through the chat. Hello. Lots of familiar faces. Internet Fox says, you look glowy as fuck. Thank you. I wasn't really sure about the lighting. We did our best. We're at that like time where it gets dark early again, and you gotta rock it with this, my cheap, admittedly, Amazon ring light going on here. Worst leftist ever. Has anyone read Island? It's another book by Huxley that explored utopia. It's like the opposite sibling to Brave New World. I think you've told me about that. Yeah, I felt a little bit like, I thought people were going to watch the video essay and be like, where's the Brave New World commentary? Because that feels really relevant here. I feel like there's a lot of dystopias that explore themes of happiness and unhappiness. The book that inspired the video essay, The Promise of Happiness, references a lot of different happiness dystopias. And I really wanted to be careful and use my own references. One of the hardest parts of this entire video essay was the fact that Sarah Ahmed wrote this like amazing book and covered everything to do with happiness philosophy so thoroughly. Like, I truly don't think she misses anything out. And there's moments reading the book where I'm like, okay, but what about this? I feel like she's left this out. I can add this in. And then I get to like the next chapter and it would all be about that one thing I thought maybe she'd missed out. And I really didn't want to, like, sometimes it's hard making an educational video essay because I don't want to just like, I don't want to James Somerton it up. I don't want to just like plagiarize it with someone's work. And at the same time, there's so many moments reading it where I was like, oh my God, I have to share this one quote because this one quote is so good. And I really want her work to get out there and to be known and to be highlighted. So yes, anyway, so I was struggling not to overquote her. And in the end, I think I hope I got that balance right, but I did have way more quotes of the primary text than I usually do. And as a result of that, bless her soul, Aradam, who voiced my Sarah Ahmed, she had so much work to do. And I felt kind of bad because there was just so many lines because I put so many Sarah Ahmed quotes in. And I am so nervous to know what if Sarah Ahmed has seen it because she shared it on her Blue Sky. And she said, I'm looking forward to watching it, but I haven't heard from her since. And I'm like, what if she watched it and she hated it? And I don't know how I would ever recover because she's like my hero. I love her so much. I love her work. It's really fantastic. I found her work through Autotheory as Feminist Practice, which is what I based my video essay on the cast review, which I released January of this year. And she had some really great quotes in there about the personal, about auto theory, which if you've been watching my video essays, I have a tendency to talk about way too much. And then my dissertation supervisor was like, I have a book for you. You should read The Promise of Happiness. And I was like, cool. I looked it up and I was like, this seems great. But it was like actually really expensive. And I was like, would love to, cannot afford it. So I guess I was like, maybe I'll make a video essay on it. And then I was like, oh, I can't actually afford it. And then there was this there's this UK based thing called Trans Day of Having a Nice Book. And they basically, you can just apply and they will just give you a book that you want bought for you and they'll just mail it to your house. And it's just something they do once a year. And it's like pretty just like open applications. And I put in that book and sure enough, they mailed it to me. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing because I can now do my silly little video essay on it. And reading the book, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. You should see, wait, do I have it here? Oh yeah. It's actually really tragic. Everything is underlined. I don't know how much you can see. All my little notes. I just have written angry TRAs with an angry face. I think that was the bit about J.K. Rowling. But it's like, I'm just like underlining everything. And I'm like, girl, you can't just underline everything. Like, but I did so. So anyway, Hope J says your library couldn't get it for you. Admittedly, I did not even think about that at all. I will say, especially when I'm working on a video essay, it's really nice for me to be able to underline. I am very much like, I'm sure some book girlies will like majorly cringe at this, but I need to have my pen with me when I'm reading. I need to be underlining. I like to do my little scribbles and write my little notes. That's how I like to read. So, Quarter Mistress, hello, my love, says, I found out about the free book a month later, bah humbug. Oh, girl, I'm sorry. I think they do it every single year, so get in on it next year. It's really cute. I really love it. Yeah. Chris Palmer says, one place I shared the video essay to asked me for a TLDR. I have to say, sometimes I get comments like this. So I get people saying, so we're going to talk about this in a second because the video essay bombed. It did so bad. It's been years since I've had a video essay perform so badly in terms of views. And one thing that I definitely did not have a very public breakdown about it. I definitely did not post multiple times in multiple different social media profiles. I definitely was very normal about it and was like, cool, this is fine and it doesn't affect me at all. But one thing that I was told as a response to it not doing well was, oh, well, people don't like long form content. And this is the thing, right? Lots of people don't like long form content. I was a short form content creator for years before I started doing video essays. We don't talk about that era. High key embarrassed of those videos. They were not good. But yeah, they didn't, I was never successful as a short form content creator. The only time I ever started to get any kind of views with my videos is when I started to do longer form. When I started releasing videos close to an hour in length, 2 hours, hour and a half, those are the videos that started to do well for me. So like, people are always like, oh, well, I'm sure if you just did shorter videos, they would do better. And I'm like, my experience is the opposite. But also, I think a lot of people don't know about the video essay space, which I think is a very specific sort of kind of internet niche. And the people on the video essay space want long videos. So I'm not opposed to making shorter content, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like, YouTube is in this weird place, like for me, where it's like I treat it like a business, but it's not making a lot of money. And so, but the business decision for me has always been to make longer content because that's what I've seen is more successful. That is, until the most recent one. I just released a video game with no views and I've been devastated. Oh, Dr. Nuclear, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's so discouraging and so frustrating when you work so hard on something and it doesn't do well, or it doesn't get seen, or it's not engaged with. And I watched this really great video essay by Pillars of Garbage, where he kind of posed some of the common responses to stuff like this. And people will say like, okay, cool, sorry, your creative artistic endeavor was not successful, go get a real job. And he has a really good rebuttal to that. I won't try to paraphrase it here because I'll butcher it, but I really appreciated this perspective. Like, as artists and as creative people, we just work really hard on stuff. And for a lot of us, some of us don't have loads of employability, and some of us don't have loads of prospects. And YouTube for me for years has been my like survival project. And it's like in this weird place where I like can't afford to not do it. And then also simultaneously, and I actually commented this on Pillars of Garbage's video, and he responded and he was like, nothing ruins my mood like the down arrow on a video essay. The down arrow, for context, is YouTube telling you that your video hasn't done well. So if your video does well, they give you a green up arrow, and confetti. They give you confetti. They're like, congratulations, people are watching this more than usual. If it's doing badly, YouTube's like, you suck. Delete your channel and never try anything ever again. And it's like grayed out, no color, super discouraging. And it's like a Pavlovian negativity response where I just can spiral and end up depressed for weeks. It's terrible. But I think the thing for me as well is that it's like it's hard being employable with my various sets of minority statuses, and this is like my thing. I'm like really trying to make this happen, and I can't afford for it to fail. Anyway, that's let me just take my joy. But no, I won't go on and on about it. I was sad that it didn't do well. It bummed me out. I'm not gonna quit making videos. I'm not gonna stop, but I'm very fortunate right now that I'm able to work. I have another part-time job that's like my survival job. If I ever lose that part-time job, I might have to quit making videos because right now they don't make a lot of money, and that would be super duper discouraging. And my fear, like every month that I work on a video essay, is that income could be lost, and then I wouldn't be able to make video essays anymore. And the thing as well is I think I'll always make videos of some sort, even if I'm making silly little dumb, not so impactful or meaningful content. But the video essays I make right now take me like 4 months to make. Like, there's so much work. I gotta read books and do research and write a script, and I don't obviously have to do these like theatrical sets and all of this stuff. And I don't know if I will always have that kind of aesthetics element to it, which I have mixed feelings about. but we don't need to get into it. But what was I saying? Yeah, the video essays are a lot of work, basically. Anyway, I'll stop going on about it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, let me read some comments. Oh, what's September? Sounds kinky. Quartermaster says they say kill your darlings when it comes to art, but the truth is stop giving a fuck about your darlings. What do they mean when they say kill your darlings? Haxpack says the algorithm swiftly delivered it to me. I don't know why it's not giving other people the oomph. I saw Jane earlier say that the video was a bit of a downer. I get it. I do get what you mean. If people just took their joy, no, anyway. I do get that, and I did have a couple people when I made my post about it crashing and burning, I had a couple people say I just didn't really feel able to click on it because I immediately got the impression it was going to be something really negative about the current political climate, and that was something that they didn't really feel they had space for or capacity for. And I got a couple comments like this, and people were apologizing to me for not watching the video. I just want to say, I don't know if any of these people are here, but please never, ever, ever, ever feel like you need to apologize to me for a video not doing well. It's not the responsibility of my subscribers to make me successful. It is YouTube's responsibility to be consistent in whether they do or don't push out my videos, assuming I am being consistent in the quality of my videos. And at the end of the day, YouTube did not present this video to people. It got very, very limited recommendation from YouTube. And I've seen some people also say that like views are low right now, which is true. There's lots of people reporting hugely low view statistics right now on YouTube. This is also something that Pillars of Garbage discussed in his video essay, which I recommend. It's called YouTube Bad. And I think it's his most recent video. But even taking into account the fact that views are down, this video essay still did really, really poorly. There are much smaller video essayist channels who I follow who released videos at a similar time, which got way more views than my video did. There's another video essay on a similar topic which got over 100,000 views, but it was entirely based on the video game We Happy Few. And that was one of my struggles, is that my video essay is a lot to do with We Happy Few, but it's definitely, it felt dishonest marketing it as only to do with We Happy Few, because yeah, that just felt a little bit misleading. I did briefly have one thumbnail I tried that was more based on We Happy Few and didn't really perform any better, which is fine. Sorry. But yeah, I appreciate that. I do think that and Jane, I think you watched the whole video essay through, and if you're saying it's a bit of a downer, you know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with that. But I do think some of the people saw an aesthetic related to happiness and immediately assumed it was going to be a super negative video essay. And there's definitely some parts of it that are majorly, hugely topical, talking about really, really difficult things. But I did feel for myself that if you actually watch the whole way through, there's a lot of really positive elements to it. And the critique of happiness is more to do with a kind of political messaging as opposed to being like, don't be happy. Like, that's not my argument. My argument isn't don't be happy. And my argument isn't like, you should suffer through the miserable circumstances of our world in order to be a good leftist or something as well. Although perhaps maybe I didn't communicate that very well. At any rate, I'm also perfectly okay with accepting if it's simply not very good. Like, that's okay. It's okay for me to have a little flop moment. What was discouraging for me was that I felt like maybe it was about YouTube kind of like giving up on the channel a bit. The other thing that happened over the past few months is I had to reapply for the YouTube partnership program because my old YouTube partnership program was connected to my dead name. And for years now, I've been trying to get everything off my dead name. It's been super frustrating for me. The one thing holding my digital life to my dead name was this YouTube channel. And they finally gave me a way that I was able to disconnect it. But I had to reapply for the YouTube partnership program, which was fine. It all went smoothly. I'm back in the partnership program. But I did also wonder if, because I left the partnership program for about a month, I did wonder if YouTube potentially like also put me down on their like rankings. Because for a while there, they were like, oh, this channel can't make us money. And maybe they also kind of like threw me down a bit. I don't know. Tinfoil hat. I don't know. But let me just say that avoiding negative content on social media, avoiding negative news, avoiding things that you know might cause you to spiral or disrupt your mental health in some way is okay. Let me give you permission to do what you need to do to curate a digital experience that works for you. I am not here to tell you you're a bad leftist if you don't read the news all the time or if you don't watch my video essays. You need to do what you need to do to look after yourself, period. There's this moment in there's a couple moments in the video essay where I'm definitely sort of encouraging, saying how like avoiding negative messaging is tied to ignorance, more or less. And while that's true, I also don't think that that means that you have to be like the little metal things keeping your eyes open to all suffering and all misery all the time. Like, that's not, I don't think that. And like, girl, do what you need to do, you know. So, okay, let me get back into the comments. My apologies. Oh, Jane, you were joking about the downer thing. So I've lived in the UK for a decade, and most of the time I get sarcasm. Every once in a while, my American brain will be like, nothing is a joke. Everything is literal, and I'll just completely misunderstand. This happened on the video essay too. Somebody was like, I can't believe you lied about this having to do with We Happy Few, and they meant it as a joke. And my boyfriend was like, that's a joke. And I was responded with this essay. I was like, I'm so sorry I deceived you on purpose. I'm a terrible person. So I don't always get humor. Jane says, I wonder if a title thumbnail change along the lines of being trans can make you happy. It shouldn't have to. I love the idea of it. There is only one part of the video that's to do with being trans, but it is not a bad idea. I have come to realize that when I make my video essays themed around being trans, they do tend to perform better. But I have complicated feelings about that because I don't want to be pigeonholed as a channel that only makes video essays about being trans and about gender. It's something that I will make video essays about because it's something I'm passionate about. It's something I've studied on, and it's something that is obviously a big part of my experience and always will be. In the words of a certain somebody, being trans, only feels like it's important for a little while, but it's got you forever. Like, it's always going to affect my work for sure, period. But I would like to feel the freedom to explore lots of different topics as a video essayist. And what I noticed, so the last video essay, Cosmic Horror Fascism, also started out not doing very well. When I changed the thumbnail to something trans related, it started doing much better. And it's just really tricky for me because I'm not opposed. I think I have a big trans audience, and that's amazing to me. And there's like so many ways that we relate and connect on shared experience. But if I reached a point in my life, like sometimes I just want to make a random video essay about something that's exciting and that I'm interested in. And if I felt like I always had to do every single video essay where it was like, it has to be something to do with being trans or it's not going to do well, that would I think it would really complicate my relationship with being a content creator. But I might have to, because I don't know if I can afford to have video essays keep it full being, but we'll see. Just reading comments now. Chris Palmer says, the more I don't give a shit, the happier I am generally. I feel that. I feel that. That's interesting. I feel like we could go deeper with that. I'm like, Let me cook. Let me think about it. I found the original title of the video somewhat off-putting. I definitely prefer the Huxley quote. Thank you for sharing, Mark. So the title of the video, the original title, okay, so I don't actually know which title you saw. I did the YouTube has this new feature where you can test out different thumbnails and different titles, and it's like generally encouraged for you to do this for marketing purposes. And I had a few different titles that went out, obviously none of which did very well. But the most consistent title has been The Fascism of Happiness, so that's probably what you're referring to. The reason I called it The Fascism of Happiness, honest to God, was ironically for clickbait. Like, I have found that when I put fascism in the title of a video, it tends to perform better, and it's just maybe slightly like karmic that I was like, let me continue this trend of like being slightly clickbaity, and like, to be fair, I do think it's an accurate description of the video. Like, I do think the video is about the fascism of happiness, but I put that word in there because for me, in many ways, the Fascism of Happiness felt like the successor or like a sequel to the Fascism of Common Sense. That was like one of the things I felt when I very, very first started the script. I was like, this is the sequel to the Fascism of Common Sense. I almost mentioned that in the video. And if you haven't seen the Fascism of Common Sense, it's another video I did about like how kind of ordinary things can be used in really nefarious purposes by a fascistic society. And that was where that came from. And I think that was a mistake. I think that wasn't the right branding to go for this video. I tried about 10 other titles for the video, loads of other stuff. I tried like, would you rather be happy or free? I tried stuff more centered around the video game. I tried like why capitalism makes you miserable, and none of those titles worked well. Honest to God, if anyone has ideas, I'm still open-minded to saving this video essay. Maybe there's still a way we can rescue her from the depths of YouTube despondency, but I don't know. Rebecca Upton says, I loved the video. It's how I found your channel. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Rebecca. That's actually really nice to hear. I'm surprised anyone found my channel through that video because it didn't do very well, but I'm really, and this, I want to just clarify, when I'm talking about the video not doing very well, I only mean in terms of views. Like, I know a lot of people really liked it, and that means the world to me. And the average view duration was really high, so I know people watched it, and I really, really, really appreciate that. Yeah. Chris says, I didn't know it crashed. I shared it with quite a few Discord servers, and a few people that I know find that sort of thing interesting. I know my mother watched at least part of it. Thank you so much for sharing it. I really appreciate it. That was really nice of you. I think the sharing definitely does help. I think it definitely helps. Do you know what I think doesn't help? This stupid new hype feature. I was like telling everyone, like, by the way, YouTube emailed me like a week before the video essay went out, and they're like, we've unveiled this new amazing feature. It's called the hype. And they were like, we want to give smaller creators an advantage. So for smaller creators, you get like proportional to how small you are, you get a huge boost in your points. So if you hype me up, I'm gonna get way more points than if you hype a bigger creator, and it's meant to help smaller creators get views. It didn't do shit for me though. I got so many hypes, and it doesn't actually help the video get views. It helps you climb this like weird leaderboard that is like kind of hard to find, and it doesn't really seem to actually do anything. So a little gripe with YouTube on that one as well. And there was also some people who felt that the Online Safety Act may have impacted views as well. There's a lot of different theories on it, and it's really interesting. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else had to input their ID. Somebody had to input their ID to watch my video, and I was like, what? What? Silver's Puppet says the unfortunate aspect of making your videos is that the minorities who relate to them and watch them are often not as rich to support their creators. Yeah, there is definitely that. And like, I am always stressing to people, because sometimes people will be like, I'm so sorry, I can't support you on Patreon. And I'm like, girl, don't be sorry. Like, the whole point of it is there for people who are able to. That said, I have found, honestly, in my experience, is in many ways the opposite. Like, on one hand, the various minority groups I'm a part of do tend to not have as much money, but we also tend to be way more on board with mutual aid as a concept. So I find a lot of times, yes, maybe my followers can only afford to give me $1 a month, but it strikes me as much more likely that maybe there's some right-wing people who follow me, but I'm assuming a majority left-wing following are much more likely to give me, I'm much more likely to get, 1,000 people who are willing to give me $1 a month, versus if I had a bunch of wealthy creators. In my experience, wealthy audience, in my experience, wealthy people are often some of the most snobbish and selfish with their finances. No offense if you're here. If you're here and you're super rich and you want to challenge a wealthy mindset, I have this really sexy book over here called Mutual Aid by Peter Kropotkin. You might like it. It's really fun and easy to read, I promise. No, but so I feel nothing but gratitude for my community, because all I have seen is extremely kind and generous people, and I feel that I would much rather have a bunch of really lovely, thoughtful, community-minded leftist audience members who are not as rich than... Anyway, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, I feel like I'm not keeping up well with the chat. Thank you for following the Twitch stream, Silver's Puppet. If you're not aware, I should have said this at the start. We're streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now. So if you're a little bit confused at moments keeping up with the chat, we are using a service where any chats you post in either stream will be automatically posted to the other stream, which can look a little bit confusing. But yeah, if you're wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. Veru, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your username correctly, says, you probably didn't see my earlier comment, but I also found your channel through the video and loved it. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's really nice. I'm glad to hear that. I also hope you get a chance to read the comment I left on the video, because the trans joy part especially resonated with me. Cool, I will have a look. I will say I've been extra not super good at the comments on this video, and I'm really sorry about that. It is, honest to God, mostly because I did have a little bit of a depression spiral after the video because it didn't do very well, and I was like super disengaged with everything. So I'm feeling much better now. The day after, I was like crying to my boyfriend. I was like, I'm quitting and never doing anything ever again. And he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, no, I'm not. But I'm feeling much better now, and it's fine. And And I will have a look through the comments, and I really appreciate everyone who did comment. It really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Exile5 says, I went to the leaderboard, at the hype leaderboard, but it was just a bunch of videos in my native language. Couldn't even find your video on it. I'm not surprised to hear that. I have a feeling that, I was quite low on the leaderboard anyway. I don't know. Whatever. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Having my nice, lemon and honey tea in my compersion mug. I'm just like hoping and praying my voice gets through this stream, because we're a little bit ill for those who have just joined, and possibly related. I had a little bit to drink on Thursday night, and the voice is still recovering. So anyway, but thank you for the hypes nonetheless. Hope J says, happy or free would hook me for sure. Okay, good to know. Who here thinks I should change the title to happy or free? And actually, to be fair, if that might still be one of the titles. I don't even know what titles are out there. At a certain point, I ran one of the tests and I was like, all right, I let me just like leave this and hope for the best. I can't deal with this anymore. Silver Spook says, congrats on the video release. It was great, and I hope things improve view-wise. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. Little shout out to Silver Spook, who has either has created or is creating, well, has created a really cool video game I'm not in, and is creating a really cool video game that I am in. And it's like lefty and cyberpunk and really cool. I don't know how to do, I have a shout out command on Twitch. I don't know how to use it. Oh, but you commented on YouTube. It's confusing. I'm sorry about all that. I don't know how, there's no other way to do it though. But yeah, yes, there's somebody else who posted a Steam game in as well, and I'm sorry because I meant to highlight that, and it looks really cool. I don't know if people saw the link, but you should check it out. XL5 says, technically the Fascism of Happiness title is not clickbait, it's just optimizing. I subscribe because common sense of fascism. Firstly, I'm glad you watched that video. I think it might still be the best thing I've ever done. And yeah, the line between clickbait and optimization is really blurred, and I feel in some ways as creators we've been kind of made to feel a bit guilty for marketing ourselves, like but it's frustrating because YouTube as a platform is like basically like, we will not show your videos to anyone unless they are perfectly clickbaited. And with video essays in particular, I don't know. I find the marketing side of all of this to be super duper difficult and super overwhelming. But yeah, I don't actually think it is clickbait, because clickbait is specifically something that is a misleading form of marketing, which I don't think I've ever done. Well, maybe when I used to do my short form lifestyle content many years ago. That was a long time ago. We don't talk about those videos. They're no longer public, and they shouldn't be. But yeah, it's hard to walk that line. All to say, it's difficult to know. I feel very cringe marketing myself, and I find it overwhelming, and I hate it. I just really hate it, and evidently I'm not very good at it, which is a shame. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why. I don't know what I actually want to say about that. I have nothing really erudite to say, just marketing hard. I don't like. Woody Red says, so unrelated, but I really liked your cover of Good Girl on YouTube Shorts. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you. I really, really, really want to do more music. Have this chat with my boyfriend when the Fascism of Happiness flopped. And he's like, it's fine. Just make an album. It's like, you know what? I actually would love to do that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the, was that a cheer or a super chat? That was a super chat, I believe. Omega Kavis redeemed speak French. Okay, give me a second. And I will explain what that is for people watching on YouTube. But firstly, Chris Palmer, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. You're very nice. You're very kind. I find you smart and articulate. Keep up the good work. Thank you, lovely. Thank you. That's so nice. That's so kind. Really appreciate it. If you're new to my streams, you can, there are various little ways if you want to ever tip me. You're never, ever, 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 ever pressured to, but you're welcome to leave super chats. And if you are on Twitch, you can do a cheeky little subscription. And it all helps support the channel and it helps support me making video essays. Okay, we were talking about music album. Yeah, no, I really want to, I really, really, really want to do more music. So thank you for saying that. That's like the little boost that I need to be like, actually, maybe I should make the fucking album. Maybe I will get into that more. It's always been a super big dream of mine. And my boyfriend's a musician. We had a lot of fun making that song together. And we've been talking recently about how we really want to do more music. So I think that that's something that we should do. But I also think I feel awkward. Something I do, the thing I like about YouTube Shorts is that I feel like YouTube Shorts gives me an excuse to like post my other like hobbies. Like I posted a dance video the other day and I can just do like kind of the other weird things that I do. I did like a little dumb hair dyeing videos on there and stuff sometimes. But I don't think I could really post like something music related on the main channel because I think that would be a little bit rogue. But I don't know, maybe. Thank you for the follow, Adderall. Love the username. Apologies, I think you followed a second ago and I did not say hello, but thank you so much for the follow. XL5 says, are your old short form videos unlisted? Care to link? I have 1 or 2 videos which are unlisted. I used to have a playlist called The Dead Name Archives, and it was basically a playlist for patrons with like a lot of my old content, because I actually made video essays. And so before I transitioned, I made a bunch of truly heinous lifestyle videos. And then in the year or 2 before I transitioned, I started to make nicer, some of which were actually kind of video essay videos. And there's a couple of those videos that to this day I think are really cool, and I feel a bit bad I've taken them down, but unfortunately they make me a little bit dysphoric. You know how it goes, which is sort of a shame because there's 1 or 2 of them which actually are kind of cool. The vast majority of them are a huge, ginormous cringe fest, and someday, you know what I'll say? If I hit 100K, if that ever happens, maybe I'm being too ambitious. Maybe I should say 50K. I will do a reaction to my old lifestyle videos. It will be dreadful. Get ready for that. If you want, the only old videos of mine that you can still see, and I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. The only old videos you can still see, I have a, I think I have a reaction video up to my old drag videos, and I think you can see that publicly on the channel, but I could be wrong. I don't actually remember what I have up or not. But yeah, those videos are crazy. I was really trying to be like a fucking male lifestyle influencer for a while, and it was like, what were we doing with all that? None of this sounds very French. Ah, mais désolé. Je suis trop désolée. Ah bon, d'accord. Okay, so there's this thing on, for the people watching on Twitch, they get to redeem things where they can make me do things. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, respectfully, what the fuck is going on? That's what's going on. And somebody redeemed for me to speak French. Est-ce qu'il y a un mec ici qui parle français? Est-ce qu'il y a des personnes ici? Parce que mon français, c'est pas très bien en fait. Je sais pas comment dire. Every single time they're like, every single time someone redeems the speak French thing, I'm like, what do I say? What do you want me to say? Je sais pas. Alors, je vais parler le sujet du est-ce qu'il est like what do I want to talk about? What am I Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un ici qui connaît LUG? Ils ont les musiciens, j'adore la musique et récemment j'étais oh my god, it's been so long since I've spoken French. I'm actually butchering this. If anyone here speaks French, this is so embarrassing. C'était longtemps que je parle français et j'ai oublié toute la langue. Yeah, I don't even know. I spoke French. You did it. You got it. Congratulations. I hope you're happy. J'espère que t'es contente, que t'es heureux avec ça. And if not, prends ton joie. Anyway, hopefully no one here speaks French. I love speaking French with people who don't speak French because they're always like, oh my god, wow, you speak French. You're French, aren't you? And my name's Marceline, so people think that I'm French sometimes. And sometimes I will just be like, yeah, I'm French. And if no one there speaks French, I'll be like, ouais, je suis française. Ah, not me misgendering myself. Je suis française parce que je m'appelle Marceline et alors ma famille en française et ouais, j'ai habité à Nantes pour quelques années, and I'll just like make up an entire like lore of me as a French girl, but I'm not actually French, and my French is actually really bad. All right, enough of that tomfoolery, Covis. See you always hesitating over that speak French button. All right, let me just get back into this chat here. Adderall says, how's your day going, Miss Mars? My day's okay. I'm feeling a teensy bit under the weather today, which is a little bit frustrating. I'm walking my first fashion runway tomorrow, and I'm so nervous, like so nervous, and I'm like, I need to feel better tomorrow. I think I will. It's quite minor, but other than that, I'm really good. My friend came over, we watched Buffy together. It was really cute. It was fun. So that was nice. It's been a pretty chill day. Yeah, it's been good. How's your day? Silver's Bubba says, oh no, I'll make my French friend real quick to translate. Please don't, I'm begging you. I cannot tell you how much I need nobody here to speak French. Joey Zev says she's good at marketing, just not marketing herself. That's true. I am a professional in marketing. I did it for years. I had my own marketing business for a while, but marketing myself makes me want to throw up. Ooh, I thought it was raining for a second. I was like, it was not. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's very stormy outside right now. Bonjour, où est la piscine? La piscine, c'est là-bas. C'est juste là. Alero says you sing. Yes, I do sing. I have more so I did music for my undergrad. I did music and English lit for my undergrad. If you're here earlier, you're like, she keeps changing the story. Has anybody seen The Girlfriend? Has anybody here been watching that? just thinking it, she's like the psychopath girl who just like lies about every aspect of her backstory, and it's anyway, it's funny. But I don't think I'm like an amazing singer. I've been a pianist for many, many years, and I've been a musician for many, many years. I find singing really hard. But it's something that I really like to do, so it's something I would like to do more. I've taken singing lessons. I was briefly in musical theater, but it's like I'm not one, like, I'm one of those people who's like, if I ever did want to do it as a career, like, I'd have to work hard because it really is very difficult for me. Chris Palmer says, getting ready to do my tea shot, and my cat is watching with concern. Bless. That's cute. I'm jealous that you have a cat. I hope your tea shot went well. I love that you're doing your tea shot while you're watching me. That's very transsexual of you. Joey Steph says she sings good. You're very biased. But thank you. YouTube Shorts is a side quest section. It's cool, yeah. That's very true. Adderall says, I think people would love those music vids. Thank you, that's very kind. And nice to hear. And yeah, I would really love to do that. The Dead Name Archives is my favorite YA novel series. Oh my god. I'm assuming you're joking, but for real, that would be a great YA novel name. Vivante French now. You got it. I hope you're happy. Rest in peace, old videos. Yeah, I do feel like, you know, they have their time. People watch them. There's this one teacher who incorporated them into her teaching, and she was like, I'm really sad because this was part of my curriculum. And I was like, oh my god, I will let you and you alone can use my Dead Name videos. I'll give you a personal copy. Diarrhea says, please don't post anything that makes you dysphoric. I don't think that's productive for anyone. I really, really appreciate that. And it's something that I find tricky to balance, because sometimes I find reflecting on my life pre-transition to be quite neutral. And there's moments where I find especially my old videos, and like same with photos. I don't mind photos and videos from when I was like a teenager. And I think I started YouTube when I was like 18. The more recent ones in the few years before I transitioned, I have a much harder time watching, and they make me a lot more dysphoric. I think because I was doing a lot more to try to like last ditch perform masculinity and be more successful in that. And that I find a little bit more tricky. So maybe I could also just react to like the older ones that are way cringier, but also like the type of cringe where I'm like laughing with everyone and not just being like, fuck, I hated myself. How is the weather in French? Ah, bon. Pas très bien. That's such a cop-out. I think storm is ota. No, it's not. That's fucking... Oh, what is storm? What is storm? I forget the word for storm. Le vent, c'est très fort. Le vent, c'est très, très fort. Le vent, c'est très agressif. I'm really out of practice. I just told you that the wind is really strong. I don't even know if I pronounced wind correctly. Le vent... Yeah, le vent. Le vent. Je pense que c'est le vent, mais je suis pas sûre. But I forget how to say storm. It's very windy, but it's making it extra cozy inside, and I have a bath later. I just want to have like a nice cozy evening. Orage. Is that's storm? Orage. I was saying otage, and then I was like, wait, that's not it. I got close. I was really close. Hope J says, je comprends français. Oui. Je suis trop désolée. Just gonna quietly ban Hope J from the stream. Just kidding. Just kidding. Ananas. Oh, what? Jacques Cousteau. I'm 99% sure trop vrai is not something you say in French. I think maybe you say logique or logique. But like, I have this thing where whenever someone's like saying something in French, I'll be like, oh, trop vrai. Which, like, separately translated is the word like to or like in excess, and truth. Like, so true. That's my way of saying so true. But that's, I'm almost certain it's like very wrong French, like super duper incorrect and means like nothing. And sometimes when I'm in France, I'm like, oh, trop vrai. And people are like, please never speak our language again. But yeah, I studied French in France, and believe it or not, and I've spent a lot of time in France, and I miss it. It's been so long. I came back and she's speaking French. Help! I'm so sorry, quarter mistress. Pico Burp says, don't worry, I've heard from actual French people that they don't even know French is anti-French. Real. Adderall says, not you flexing your French on casuals. What can I say? I'm just like so interesting. No, but if you could, this is the thing. If you don't speak French, I seem so impressive. And you're like, oh, wow, romantique, vraiment. But like, if you speak French, Hope Jay knows. Closet Demon says, I am actually French and I know none of it. Thank you for the cheer, Kavis. I'm sorry I don't remember what you said and it doesn't say it here. Nora Salim says, oh, so you can misgender yourself, first person speech in French. I do it all the time because my French isn't very good, and I started learning French before I transitioned. And there's this funny thing where like when you learn French, when you learn a language that is gendered, like, and you're just like, a lot of times what I'm trying to say, I have the same thing with Spanish, right? Like when I was taught how to say certain words in Spanish, I'm gonna get this wrong, but what's a gendered word in Spanish? What's a gendered thing? Not necesito. That's not gendered, is it? Is that gendered? Necesito. One of those words that's like an O or an ah. Necesito. And like someone would tell me, oh, how do you say I need in Spanish? And they would just teach me before I transitioned. They would say I need is necesito. And like same with all of those words that have like an O to represent being a boy. So in my head, I just know I need is necesito. And again, I think necesito might actually not be one of the gendered ones. But so I have that with a lot of language with French, where it's like I was always taught to say I am French or I'm not French. You'd say je suis français or je ne suis pas français. And that's a way of saying, I don't know, hopefully I'm not making a fool of myself here. I don't know if I might be getting some of this wrong, but that's a way of saying like, oh, well, that's just how I was taught to say like I'm French or I'm not French. But I was never taught that that was a gendered thing. So then I transitioned and I go to France and all of a sudden I'm saying stuff like je suis musicien instead of je suis musicienne, which is like basically telling people I'm a man musician, which I think is so fucking stupid for one thing. So dumb. Get it together. The French council, who like makes all the decisions for the language, they recently had to come up with a specialized French term for a specific Japanese kink that only existed in the Japanese language. And those people can't figure out how to fucking degender their own language already. It's embarrassing. Anyway, all that to say, I misgender myself in French a lot, and it's really embarrassing. And there are situations when I'm in France where my French is rough, but there are moments where people are like, oh, okay, she speaks French. And then they're like, but why does she keep referring to herself as a man? Because she speaks French. And I'm like, oh no, just like outing myself. Siobhan, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. When you become a member, you get these silly little emotes. And I wanted to get the emotes to the patrons too, but the other day I figured out that I can get the emotes to the patrons on Discord. So if you join my Discord, which you can get whether you become a member on YouTube or on Patreon, if you join my Discord, you can use my dumb little silly emotes. Otherwise, you can only use them here. I say here. Otherwise, you can only use them on the YouTube channel directly. Hope Jay says, ta français est assez bien. Better than mine, LOL. T'es trop sympa. Est-ce que je peux tutoyer? T'es trop sympa. Mais je pense que c'est pas vrai. Je pense que tu me mens. Parce que mon français, c'est pas très bien. C'est pas assez bien. Mais je peux comprendre français très bien. Je peux comprendre like, quand je vois le télé, quand j'écoute la radio comme ça. Je peux comprendre très bien, mais quand je dois parler français et discuter en français, like, tout à coup, c'est vraiment, vraiment difficile pour moi. Mais je pense que c'est un peu normal le français. Parce que les gens parlent trop rapide, c'est trop difficile de comprendre. Mais, yeah. Oh my god, we have an actual French speaker here. Maya Labalette, which is a very French name, says wrong. French speaker here. I actually don't know what you're referring to. I don't either. You're saying wrong to the person who just said my French was okay, which I agree. Truly. Incorrect. Or you were saying wrong to my whole like trop vrai thing, which I know that's not correct. It's just what I think. It's a weird thing when you're learning a new language because, oh, later on, Maya Labalette said you actually sound quite good. Merci. Putting that on my wall. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard learning a new language because you want to translate everything in the way that like your brain works. And I'll say like so true, but it's like, how do you say so true in French? Sometimes there isn't a direct pronunciation. Lilith says, LOL, I was just dosing estrogen syringes and about to do my shot too. Oh my god, this is cute, you guys. Love that. Filthy bunch of druggies. March says, wow, I remember your old videos from time to time. I'm actually shocked that there's anyone here who remembers my old videos. I sort of assumed that everyone who used to watch my channel no longer does or has like long since left. So I'm actually amazed that there's someone here who used to watch my old videos. March, shout out to March for sticking around. I so appreciate that you are still here and that you're still watching something of mine. I feel there are very few, there's not been a lot of audience transfer over. And I think it's one of the reasons why my videos don't do as well, which is nobody's fault, because this channel used to be something really, really different, which, you know, makes sense. Yeah. March says, do you even talk or associate with any of the old YouTubers you used to collab with? So I'm still friends with a couple YouTubers I used to collab with. Most of them I don't talk to very often, but I wouldn't say that that necessarily means that we're not friends. It's not like there was a big falling out or anything like that. Like, for example, I did a collab with Jake Edwards, Jake Feet Magic, I think was his name. And still just absolutely adore them, but it's like a classic London theme where we kind of never see each other. I'm still friends with friend Jamie, who doesn't make videos anymore. We bumped into each other at a queer rave the other day. I was like, hey, and he was like, hey. Still absolutely adore him. It's just, again, that London thing where you kind of don't really like, you just don't see each other, and maintaining adult friendships is a little bit tricky unless you have reoccurring kind of social engagements. There's other creators I used to do live streams with, like Taylor. I think he still makes videos. We, every once in a while, we will comment, we'll like message each other and we'll be like, by the way, I just love and adore you and love what you've got going on. You're so cool. I think he went to one of my streams a few months ago as well. And that's like our relationship, you know, we live in different countries. We don't do the live streams together anymore. Zach Garcia, Adventures of Zach and B, I think is the channel name. We're still mutuals. We still like each other's stuff. I still think he's really cool. We just don't really do the like live streams anymore. So we don't have like that kind of regular contact. I know I felt very insecure when I was going through transition and I wasn't sure whether these creators would still like me and stuff like that, but they've all been really lovely and really supportive. And I'm trying to think if there is any like hot tea gossip, but I think I'm still friends with everyone I've collaborated with on YouTube, save one or two. Oh, she's just remembered that there is some hot gossip and some tea, which I'm not allowed to talk about publicly. But let me just say that it is possible that I'm not still friends with all the old YouTubers I used to collaborate with. That's all I'm gonna say, because genuinely I cannot get into it. Silver Puppet says, I need to thank you for streaming on a European time schedule. I can normally never catch the streams of my favorite creators because they and their audience are from the US. This is one of the biggest struggles for me because I'm an American content creator who lives in London. So I'm on a European time frame, but I want to say something like 70 to 80% of my audience are American. So I don't want to alienate the vast majority of my audience, but I'm also like not gonna stream at like 2 a.m. to match the American schedule. But so I find I'll get more like East Coast viewers. I think the West Coast people, which is so sad for me because I'm a West Coast girly, West Coast best coast, and I want to, you know, like I would love to be able to make my work more accessible. But, you know, I guess it's mostly the streams, isn't it? But I'd love to make them more accessible for West Coast folks. I think that does make the Saturday streams a little bit nicer for people. So I think maybe I will try to do more weekend streams, because that way you're off work, you can join in the morning if that's your lifestyle. Obviously, I don't know if there's any West Coasters here. But yeah, I'm always wanting things to be optimized, and it's a little tricky sometimes, but we do our best. Chris Palmer says, I have arrived at the French. You're doing about as well as I would. I took immersion for 9 years, but that was 36 years ago. Thank you. I have been very unimmersed for quite a long time, and I would really like to get re-immersed sometime, but yeah, I was actually meant to move to France in September. I had an apartment booked and everything. I was meant to move into the apartment of this really cool friend of mine on Instagram, and I was so excited. But unfortunately, because of medical complications related to my recovery, I had to cancel the move, which is really sad. But the good news is that I'm being really well taken care of and I'm doing much better. So that's really nice. But yeah, that was a shame, and I was a little bummed out about that. And I'd signed up to this French course and everything. Oh my god, Kavis, please don't actually ban who was it? I forget. Anyway. Yeah, we do have some lovely mods here today. Siobhan says, Mars, I am noticing your Cali accent is changing. I think my Cali accent has been changing for a long time, to be honest. I often have people tell me like, "Oh, like your American accent is so obvious." Um, but I think those people don't spend a lot of time around Americans. Which is to say that I have a recognizably American accent, but I also don't have my accent isn't American, if that makes sense. Like I that didn't make any sense. The fever's kicking in. No. But I my accent is really not how people back home sound. It's recognizably American, but it has morphed and evolved and become distorted in many different directions. It's yeah. How far behind am I in the chat? Because I know I'm operating on a delay because I'm going through it slowly. Um, Adderall says, if not French, then what is your background? So I'm from California, born and raised in California. Yeah. My ex-boyfriend is French, and I lived with his family for a few months, and I've studied at a French university briefly. So I got very immersed in the language through him, but I also started learning French in preschool. Long stories, super random. Um, yeah, but I am not French. I am second generation American, so my family are on one half of my family are all British. They still live here, and the other half of my family are German Americans from the Midwest mostly. So I have this like very, very kind of American theme going on, but it's frustrating sometimes because when I tell people that I'm like, well, I'm American, but I'm like heritage wise, I'm British, and people are like, oh, so you're like 2%. You did one of those like DNA tests, and I'm like, no, like I'm no, like my granddad is born and raised in the UK, and like I'm only second generation. I don't know. People get so funny about the American stereotypes with that, which I understand, but yeah. Oh no, we've got the quotes coming out in the chat. Oh dear. Not incel is not a bad trait. Who said that? Um Silver Puppet says, don't you just need to change the conjugation for feminine so necesito becomes necesitas? So I think, well, again, I think necesito actually is one of the ones that's masculine all the time. But yeah, so it is a really simple change, but when it's wired into your brain that you're like, this is how I say something, it can be tricky for you to kind of like, yeah. So a lot of times I'll do a quick like little change of like étudiante, like I'll say I ouais, je suis étudiant, and I'll be like étudiante. It's like yeah. Oh my god, not France renaming every single Japanese kink. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Sorry, just reading the chats. Adderall says, the way you speak French sounds kind of Japanese in the way you pronounce certain words. That's so interesting. That's really fascinating. I don't know any Japanese, so I wouldn't know, but interesting. Oh my god, people are speaking German. Fantastic. I can't understand this because I don't spreche die Deutsch. Walter Milowski says, my only question is, was your old channel relatively big? Like, have you started from scratch here? No, my old channel was tiny. And actually, this is my old channel. So yeah, I keep talking about it like it's my old channel, but technically, this is the channel. I just deleted all the old videos. Deleted, didn't private or unlist them, which is kind of a shame, to be honest. Sometimes I wish I could go back through and read the comments on them and stuff, which I'll never be able to do ever again, which is quite sad. I still have all the videos, but just deleted off YouTube. The channel, so the Marceline channel lore, we started about 10 years ago making these dreadful little videos on my phone. It started as a piano channel. I was making, I don't know if I ever sang. I think it was mostly piano, but I had some singers on as well. And I was doing these like really mediocre piano covers. Then I started talking about queer stuff, and then it was a very queer channel for a while. The channel got to about 10,000 subscribers, and then I transitioned. So roughly half the subscribers on here were subscribed to a men's lifestyle channel. And I think, unfortunately, that's unsurprisingly affected the engagement I get on videos, which is kind of a shame. But you know, it's also like nobody's fault, really. I didn't really feel able to make a new channel because I was already so small, so I couldn't really get a big like I tried, so I actually, and saying that, I did make a new channel for a little while that was meant to be just a video essay channel, and it didn't do well at all, so then I went back to the old channel. And yeah, and then I started to transition, and then I started making hormone videos, which are still public and you can still see those. And there's a video I made like 6 months into transition, which is like, girl, why are you putting the camera on at this point, Miss Thane? But and there's actually, do you know what? I keep saying how there's no videos from the old channel, but that isn't true. The first one of the first proper video essays I made before I transitioned is on the channel, and that's the oldest video on the channel. It's a video essay about right-wing influencers who claim to be silenced and oppressed, and it's okay. I don't think it's amazing. I cringe hard watching it, but that's partially just because I'm looking at me before transition. I was definitely starting to become more gender fluid in that video, which is partly why I've left it up, because it feels less like I was this really trying to be a man. I'm quite like non-binary and gender fluid in that video, and then I started making HRT videos, and then I started properly making video essays, because I made a couple video essays, but there was a moment when I really decided it was what I wanted to do and focused on it entirely. So that was way more than you asked. Sorry. Nara Envy says 0.02% of your audience is Egyptian. That's me, who also follows a European-ish time zone. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. So can you see my audience demographics as well? Like, can you actually, like, is it actually 0.02%? Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for representing Egypt. I would love to have a more international audience, and I was gonna bring up the whole auto-translated stuff as like I don't know how people feel about that, because YouTube turned it on to my channel automatically, and you can now watch things in like any language, and it'll be like a robot voice being like dubbing me over. And some people, I don't know if I actually should have put that on, but I don't know, maybe I should take it off. Silver Puppet says, my general belief is people are really bad at identifying accents. I visited Scotland and got asked if I was from South Africa. That's funny. I've also had people think that I was South African. I've had people think that I'm Australian. I've had people think that I'm Irish. Canadian. I get Canadian a lot. Yeah. Matilda Vere says, do trans men get to be incels or no? I actually made a video where I talk specifically about trans male incels in one of my old video essays on before I transitioned. And that video will probably never see the light of day, so I don't know why I'm bringing it up. But yes, yes, they do, I think. Yeah. Chris Palmer says, getting ready to go pick up a bottle of cider from the place down the road that brews their own. Oh my goodness. Can you get me one too? I want some cider. I love cider. Chris says, I'm voluntary celibate because I just don't want the hassle. Got plenty of sex as a woman. That is so valid. So valid. And that does not make you an incel, no. Adderall says, how did you realize that you wanted to be as involved in politics as you are now? So I feel like I've ever since I started playing Risk as a psychopathic teenager, just kidding. My favorite board game is Diplomacy, though. No, I have always been really into politics. And I have always been really into strategy games, but those things are not necessarily related. When I moved to the UK, I was on a politics and international relations course. I always thought that I wanted to do something political. There was a period of time where I thought I really wanted to be a diplomat and go into politics. And then what's always been my struggle is that I've also always really been a very creative person and always really wanted to do something creative. So I've always really struggled with like, I want to be in something creative, doing something creative, but I also am really interested in politics and want to be involved in like political activism. And that's where YouTube has been a really cool crossover of those themes. I was very, very, very neoliberal back in the day when I did really want to be involved in politics. But I think that in and of itself didn't leave me as incentivized to be involved because there wasn't a desire to change the world we live in. Because if you are in favor of the existing system, it's like, well, I could get involved in politics, like maybe become a politician, maybe become a diplomat, but you're not like really striving to change things. And I think it was when I started to become more radicalized as a leftist that I did start to feel, fuck, like I just really want to feel like I'm doing something. And that was when I started to become a little bit more like, no, I really, really, really want to do this. Silver Puppet says, I think the MA in critical theory might play a significant part in that. No. Yeah, absolutely. So like that's the degree isn't what radicalized me, but I wanted to do the degree once I did get radicalized. The book that radicalized me was The Conquest of Bread. And it was when I read that I started to kind of like snowball into being like, ooh, I want to talk about this more. I want to be more involved in this space. I want to be more political. I've been vaguely involved in a couple of leftist activist type of things in London, but never really taken that as far as I've wanted to, partly because I'm a discriminated against minority and I'm really scared of fucking up my immigration status. So I think I will unfortunately have to wait to be more involved in activism once I have my British passport, which I don't have. But for now, we're making these silly little video essays, and I do really, really love doing these. And my boyfriend's always like, they matter, it helps. Because I'm always like, but is it really just very pretentious to be like doing aesthetics-based philosophical work instead of on the ground, changing lives work? But I guess, ¿por qué no le dos? Boric says, turn it off, bad for the environment, and messes up the ideas trying to be communicated. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. I genuinely have not thought it through much because they auto turned it on and I didn't really even think about it. But thank you, great to hear, and I will do that. Now Rambi says, don't worry, a good percentage of queer people here in Egypt can understand English. That's good to know. I actually did a videography project recently with a queer Egyptian belly dancer who did this like incredibly cool project highlighting the Egyptian refugee experience in the UK and her relationship with like gender and queerness and belly dancing and like Egyptian suppression of queerness, and it was really, really, really cool. And I don't really know why I'm rambling about this. Just to say that it was probably my favorite videography project I've ever worked on. It was great. Yeah, everyone should follow her. I think her name is just Dancing Queer on Instagram, but I could be wrong. What is your opinion on 5D diplomacy? Have you tried it? I have not. What is that? Jem says, diplomacy mentioned. I'm glad there's some fellow diplomacy fans here because it is truly my favorite game. 5D diplomacy with multiverse time travel. Okay, I think someone told me about this recently, actually, and I'm almost certain someone did tell me about this, and I was very excited by the idea. Silver's Puppet, I have gotten so good at convincing my friends to play diplomacy with me. Like, I have the whole spiel down. Chris Palmer says, I love your moth tattoos. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got this when I was studying French in Nantes, actually. It's my little, in French, they say papillon de nuit, which is like butterfly of the night, which I love. And it was this really cool artist who did it. Oh my god, Borg, I am so honored that my videos got you into politics. That's really nice to hear. I hope things are going well with whatever you're involved in. You just make the info other people can use to do physical praxis. That's what I want for now, and I do want to do more physical praxis. But yeah, I love that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've been streaming for a while now. We have not started playing the video game, which is one of the things that I wanted to do on this stream. So I think we're going to do that now. I don't know if everybody here is super into video games. It's okay if you're not. But we are going to dive into We Happy Few, which is the video game that I based a large part of the new video essay on. So just to give you a little background, or I'll talk about it while I'm launching it up. Okay. So let me pause the music. Okay, I haven't streamed a video game in ages, and I'm like, I hope that everything works and I remember what I'm doing. Um, so We Happy Few is a game about sorry, one second. The music just came in so loud for me. I'm just muting it for you until I can figure out how to put it on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. It's been like a hot second since I have streamed a video game, and I need to just remember how to. There we go. Cool. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so um let me put the volume down a little bit because I feel like is that volume okay? Hopefully. Okay, let me know. We Happy Few is I'll give just like a super quick introduction to it. Don't worry if you haven't seen the video essay. I talk about it a bit there too, but I'm going to try not to kind of like repeat myself too much. Blast our ears off, Queen. Is it too loud? um so We Happy Few is a alternate future where the British lost World War II, lost the war to the Germans. We live in this dystopian, very Brave New World, very very 1984 kind of like city-state society where everyone is on this drug called joy, which is something that I incorporate a lot in the new video essay. You have to take joy. Joy makes you happy. And if you don't take joy, you're like kicked out of society. Now, so far, the storyline has mostly followed three characters who are trying to escape Wellington Wells, which is this little city-state located on the Bristol Channel. And you get these three characters out. They're all dealing with their various struggles. One of them is remembering that he switched. Well, okay, spoilers. Spoiler alert for the game. If you don't want spoilers for We Happy Few, now is the time to leave, I'm afraid, because there will be spoilers. But you have this guy who realizes he's taken so much joy, he's forgotten what a horrible person he was. You have this girl who's had a child, and you're not allowed to have children in this society, so she's trying to get her child out of Wellington Wells. And then you have this guy who was involved in the military, and he was involved in the operation to basically cover up, pretend that the UK won the war, and to get us to send all of our kids off to the Germans. And he's slowly remembering his involvement. He's like, oh, I did some really fucked up stuff, but we've all taken so much joy that we don't remember. So, okay. Before I properly launch into this, I'm just gonna bring up, I'm just gonna figure out a way for me to get the chat up. I haven't streamed in so long that I've kind of like forgotten some of the things that I'm supposed to do to get ready to stream, so please just bear with me 2 seconds. She's very professional, I promise. Okay. We're gonna go for... Okay, I think we're gonna do this. Please talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Okay, okay, beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, okay, I've got it set up now. My apologies. Okay. Samantha, oh my god, welcome to the stream. Better late than never, as they say. So, we are going to take on the story of a character named Victoria Byng, and she's always been kind of very well liked in Wellington Wells. People have always loved Victoria Byng, but in the main storyline, you force her to get off of Joy. So she has just been forcibly taken off this drug. She's always been in favor of Joy. She loves being on Joy. She does not want to be off this drug. Joyce F says I may have a slight crush on Victoria Byng. That's my boyfriend. You better fucking not. Anyway, no, she's hot. You guys are gonna see. She's a bit hot. Anyway, she's off her drugs. She's not very happy about it. And this is more or less the end of the We Happy Few storyline. Everything is fucked up. And we're going to see how the society is crumbling. What we're realizing is that Joy is starting to not work very well. It's not being quite as effective. And the people in power don't want to do anything about it. Everything is a little bit of a disaster. So we're going to dive into her storyline from the very moment she got off her drugs. Mostly all you need to know is that she's off her drugs. She's off her Joy. Please let me know if the sound is too quiet. Yeah. After this cutscene, tell me if the sound is too quiet, because I'd like to know. Wellington Wells is most certainly not falling apart. Ridiculous. The very idea that citizens are starving to death in the street? Nonsense. Poor Victoria Byng forced off her Joy by mad Ollie Starkey. That's the military guy that you can play as. Is certainly not starting to remember all of the terrible things she's done. No. Once she finds a mood booth, all of these nasty thoughts will melt away like fog on an English morning.
People in town are getting a tad bit skinny. I think they're starving to death.
Give me my joy!
People have to know.
I need my joy.
You're wicked and selfish, and I hate you!
No. Got to find a mood booth.
We just got to get back on our Joy. Okay, can somebody just let me know if the audio levels are okay? I'm feeling like maybe I should boost it up just like a tiny bit. I don't know. Okay, turn it up a bit, please. Okay, so let me just... Okay, let me know how this is. So when you're off your Joy, everything looks gray and abysmal.
If I ain't rude to say so.
So everyone can tell that you're off your Joy. Turn it sideways. Wait, what do you mean?
There's going to be a fair!
So everyone's starting to get a bit crazy. Do you want me to turn it up even more?
Nothing to see. Move along, please. Nothing to worry about. Everything's in order.
Everything's in order.
Nothing to worry about. How long has there been a plague in the streets?
Oh, hello, Miss Byng. Nothing to worry about. Everything is
Everything is tip-top. Can you put subtitles on? I will have a little look. Would that be under language options? Oh my god. I'm so smart. Okay, let's see how this is. Speak. Say something. Oh my god, look at everyone's eyes. We're all kind of losing it a bit. When will they say, what's all this then in British all over the place? Oh, believe me, there's lots of Britishing all over the place. So that was nice. So that was like really cute of you, Victoria Byng. Welcome to Wellington Wells, guys. Isn't it really nice here?
Look her up, take the king.
Are we doing okay, ma'am? Are we doing all right?
Mrs. M, we must have this week's ounce of flesh.
There's got to be a mood booth somewhere.
My stomach hurts so. Did you eat something wrong?
Oh, they're 8 and that tall.
What are they all doing?
There's no more food.
You're a real mate, you know that? Most blokes will just
I feel like, should I have content warned for like some of the darker moments of this? There's the moments that are a little grisly.
Enjoy and forget this ever happened.
It's okay, because we can just take our joy and everything will be fine.
Miss Pym, there isn't anybody in there.
What are we doing?
You can utilise the facility.
What are we doing here?
Taking our joy, I hope. Good Lord, Mum. You might want to take a lot, eh? Wouldn't want to mistake you for a towner, eh?
I can't take my joy. I have to
Sweet Jesus.
keep a clear head.
You are. You've got downer. You'd best come with me, Mum. Miss Pym is a downer! 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 She's a downer!
Alright, this is where it gets good.
Joy. It's an experimental formula.
A-cab! A-cab! A-cab!
I need to get out of here.
I get to whip people. It's really fun.
They won't listen.
Yeah, take that.
They won't stop coming.
You like that? Okay, so
Get out of here.
I think I'm supposed to go through here. I used to play this on my boyfriend's PS. I'm kind of relearning the controls on PC. Oh wait, we have Uncle Jack. Where is he? Oh, he's on the radio. Love Uncle Jack. Oh, I have all new controls. Okay, I'm not reading that. I don't care.
There she is!
No, I'm good, I promise. I'm gonna be so good. Stay down. I love her. I love her so much. Okay.
I can't believe I'm hiding from the police.
Are you running from the authorities?
Not now, Mother, please.
You've shut me out of your thoughts for so many years.
I can't. I just can't.
So we're hallucinating Mom.
Didn't they have tanks? This is Tamlin Goggin, thank you very much for writing. Yes, it's easy to be confused of those long gone days, and you're right.
So that's Uncle Jack, who you will recognize if you saw the new video essay. There's like 3 hours of his clips, and you can watch them all on YouTube. And he's such a talented actor. There's some really entertaining ones. The one thing I really wanted to start this video with was this band that they hired just for the video game, and they do this really cool like cover of this that's very Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. But unfortunately they're copyrighted, so I couldn't incorporate them in the stream.
Oh, voyage. Did they commit suicide?
So we have a slight,
Poison.
what's that cult where they all kill themselves? Yeah, so that's a lovely. Let me out. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go now. Oh, I think there's a window, maybe?
I can't think with all these bobbies around me and all this death. I've got to get somewhere quiet.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, so... Okay, we can go into the sewers. Everything's fine. Heaven's Gate! Yeah. Yeah.
Come to see how the other half rolls. Haven't you emptied up already?
What then must we do?
Please. Look, I'm throwing up and everything's horrible. If I just took my joy, it would all go back to bright and lovely.
Well,
If
I
I
can
would
hardly
just
stop
take
you.
my joy.
I'm only an uncomfortable memory.
But I can't. I have to keep a clear head. Till I can tell Father what's going on out there.
Has Father changed very much since we lived in the palace? Because he was always excruciatingly well informed about what was going on then.
He doesn't know this. He can't. If he knew, he would fix it.
Yes, well. It's lovely that you're thinking of your mother again. One hates to be forgotten, even if I'm in a faraway country and, for all you know, dead for years.
He's probably at the Victory Memorial Camp. I can walk there on the underground tracks.
So Victoria's father is the general, and he's like one of the biggest figures in Wellington Wells. He's quite important. He's also therefore responsible for a lot of the shady things that this city has been up to. And interestingly, he's one of the only people who's not on Joy. Almost everybody is on Joy, including the executive committee who run the entire city, but the General Byng, is not on Joy. We're gonna go have a little chat to Dad.
Doodlebug. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I ran into Ollie Starkey.
Good lord, are you all right?
He thinks the town is running out of food and we're all going to die.
He always did have a keen sense of drama. You know, he used to be a song and dance man.
People are eating
So
charcoal,
British.
Daddy. And there's a plague in the village.
Well, you might have told me you were planning to go off your joy.
Couldn't we give them all blackberry? They could make plans, plant vegetables, even start the trade over the bridge again. They don't even know they're starving.
Sally Boyle can barely make enough blackberry for the bobbies. But don't you worry. Your man, Dr. Verloc, is working on a treatment that will put everyone back on the right track.
So we just wait. We can't do nothing.
Nothing is exactly what we must do. If our people realize they're running out of food, they'll kill each other for the last box of V-meat. Doing your duty isn't always pretty. You don't always get a bright, shiny medal. But a few people on top doing their duty.
Doing their duty.
Is the only thing that keeps us from savagery.
What can I do? Let me help.
You have such a keen sense of duty. Yes, help. Organize a Simon Says competition. Keep them distracted until your man comes through.
He's such a dick.
He will come through, won't he?
Yes, Father.
But for God's sake, go back on your joy. You'll only complicate things.
Such a misogynist. You get to know him a lot through one of the girls' storylines. Blackberry. So basically, wait, I'll double check. She's going to say something.
Check on Dr. Verloc. Make sure
So-
he really is close to a solution.
the vast majority of the population are on joy, which keeps you totally sedated, out of it, unable to really be involved in society. You're just, you know, totally duped up all the time. Blackberry is this type of joy which still makes you happy but lets you retain some functionality. So they give Blackberry to all of the police, and then all of the citizens are on joy. Unfortunately, Blackberry is produced and created by one of the characters you play as who escapes the city. So there is no more Blackberry. Contraptions. Contraptions help you upgrade your equipment and yourself. Okay, cool. Wait, how do I access my inventory? We have some glass bottles. Oh, so this is how, like, skill points, more or less. Okay, so we have shove off. Shoving with the whip will always knock enemies off their feet. Whip attacks consume less stamina. Disarming whip attacks will cause the enemies to drop their weapons. Useful. You're more difficult to detect when walking. Make less noise when landing and take less damage from falls. That seems useful. Okay. Okay, interesting.
Oh, for heaven's sake! Well, I'm not bloody well taking the underground right back to those bobbies.
Oh, these are the things I was forgetting what they were called earlier. These little TVs that, like, zap you if you're not on your joy. Okay, get across the bridge somehow. Okay. Alright. Okay. Am I supposed to... I feel like I was not paying attention during that cutscene, and I do not know where I'm supposed to go. Ah! No, please. Oh, okay, we might actually die. Spankers! Yes. That's what they're called. They're called spankers. So I might die. I don't actually know how to heal myself. Oh, wow. How perfect. They knew that I was gonna get fucked up there. Okay, so... Beautiful. We've got a bit more health now. How nice. How good. Oh. Oh.
How long have they been jerry-rigging these walkways?
That was scary. I think I'm gonna have to jump this. Ah! Now, I think I'm still meant to go down, I think.
Did they fall off and everyone just forgot?
Wait. Oh. Oh, wait. No, okay. I understand. I understand. I think. Maybe. Beautiful. Okay. Gerald, where is everybody? So that's not ominous at all. Oh my god. Jesus. I want to go home. Alright, we've got quite a few contraptions now. Got 4. We could do soft landing, and we could do silent step. Okay. Oh no. Silver Puppet says, I heard a lot of bad things about the game when it came out, that it had good concepts but poor execution. Looking at it now, it seems pretty decent. So one of the things that a lot of people will say about the game is that the base game was really clunky and had terrible gameplay, but that the DLCs fixed that. We're playing the DLC. So the DLC does make the game a lot nicer to play and a lot less frustrating. And that is what we're experiencing right now. So, yeah, the base game is a little bit, it's a little clunky.
Plague! Does Father know there's plague here?
So some people are like zombies if they're on plague. Man, why am I so bad at this? I hope there's some healing bombs somewhere. Are there any healing things that I can heal myself with, please? Okay. There's definitely a big Dishonored vibe with We Happy Few. I really felt that as well. Especially in this DLC when you're kind of like using your whip to traverse, like to parkour everywhere. It was very Dishonored. I'm a big Dishonored fan. Love Dishonored. I wonder if I should be like sneaking. Okay, the answer is yes, we should be sneaking. Don't mind me. The lovely news that your neighborhood will shortly be subject to a massive beautification effort. Your streets, parks, sidewalks, lampposts, and more will all be made ever that more beautiful. And why do I feel like this beautification is what caused everyone to get the plague? Alright, I'm not 100% sure where I'm meant to go. Can I choke people out? No. I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. I don't know how, I know I need to get better at, like, defending myself, but I don't know, I don't know if there's any other way for me to, like, heal myself. Oh, okay. Maybe I just need to collect the healing bombs. There's a case of the sniffles going around. Yeah, the beautification definitely caused this. How very dark. Okay. I'm gonna wait till I can get that one, I think. No, 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 no. You don't see me. Stealth 5,000. very tempted to just fight it out, but so far I haven't been doing very well at that. Do you only get ad breaks on Twitch and not on YouTube? Oh, the whip is so satisfying. Okay. So, where am I meant to go? Maybe I'm just supposed to keep going up. Okay. Gotcha. Lovely. Looks like Mom is still here checking up on us. Okay, so we have the thing where we can choke out all our enemies. Wait, do I want that or do I want I did get stunned a second ago and it was quite annoying. I think I'll do this for now.
One clearly sees the superiority of Western civilization.
Spare me your revolutionary rhetoric. That's what landed you in jail.
What landed me in jail was refusing to accept the unacceptable.
So, Mom was or is, we don't know if she's still alive, an Indian revolutionary. And she was thrown in jail in India for more or less protesting her father, or sorry, my character's father being just like a garbage person, basically. Okay, we're in a new part of town now. There's a policeman there, which we kind of want to avoid. Can we go this way? Let me through. Some contraption. Okay, we clearly have to go this way. Oh, so he doesn't know it's me. Okay, great. So maybe we're fine. Thank you for the follow.
Alright.
Alright. Alright.
I shouldn't have hit him so hard. We're supposed to...
Okay, so right now I seem to be safe. Ooh, okay, but there's a little booth over there that will detect whether or not I'm on Joy. So I might get a little bit fucked. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Okay, so if I go through this, it will detect that I am off my Joy. So I need to find a way to disable it before I go through. And it looks like it's up in the ceilings. The ceilings? The roof tops. Right, this is our way up. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I'm supposed to like run and jump and then try to hit that. This might not go well. Oh my god, it worked! Fuck yeah. Okay. There's I'm sorry about the ad. I put them out like infrequently as I can, I think. Wee.
Do you remember when we used to swim in the river? I don't.
Okay. Everything's fine. No, she didn't. That was a misidentification. Okay, so I'm good now. No one's gonna attack me now. Everything's fine again.
They've been coming for months. I'd send them off, but they so fancy the queuing.
The coconut joy is meant to be the new product.
This is Victoria Bing. Let me in, please. I need to speak to Dr. Verloc.
Oh, Miss Bing. I wouldn't quite enter the premises at the moment, ma'am.
Why not?
Well, as it happens, there's a rather intensive beautification procedure.
Of course there
underway.
is.
You
It's always a
really wouldn't
beautification
believe how
procedure.
beautificated the
Oh my
facilities
god.
Why would that-
Anytime anything is going on, it's
was
beautification.
getting more and more beautificated in there.
Well, I really do have urgent business with Dr. Verloc.
It's gonna be so beautificated.
As the Chinese say, don't say I didn't warn ya.
Hello. Thank you for subscribing, Nor Envy. So I think maybe in the main story, it's been a while now since I played through one of the guys' storylines, but I think maybe you like fuck up the lab, like you blow up a bunch of stuff, and that might be what's the beautification going on, but I'm not sure if I really remember. Wait, is there anything else to explore here? No.
Feeling all right there, Miss Bing? I just received a most peculiar pronunciamento about an altercation at a mood booth.
Executive committee business.
Oh, well that's all right then, ma'am. Sorry to bother.
It's the way I straight up murdered like numerous cops. And he's like, so I heard that you murdered lots of cops. And I'm like, oh yeah, but like, don't worry about that.
Oh, Miss Bing! This, ain't no place for a lady at the moment, Mum. They've gone completely mental in there.
I'm here
Slightly
to speak
mental
with
in
Dr.
there.
Verloc.
The workers are, a tad cross with Dr. V, Miss Bing. He's barricaded himself up in his office, and he won't come out until we give him the all clear.
Your very own uprising.
Oh my god.
Can you get it sorted?
Not to worry, ma'am.
The workers have
Put down these
unionized.
troublemakers.
Let's go.
As soon as we can get in, they've, cut the power.
Fuck yeah.
This labor action is important.
Labor action. Wait.
Not last time. No. We are trying to do our job, and we can't, as those who are in charge have gone completely off their trolley.
Off that trolley. Wait, I want to hear
To
this.
ensure the joy supply strikes at the very heart of our civilization. These are the
Okay.
times that try men. They are. Yes, he is. Souls too. I know. And we all have to together.
Wait, I don't want to have to fight the workers though. I want to support the workers. Oh, so Sally is one of the characters you play as in the main game, and she's fled Wellington Wells.
Maybe they'll all be too distracted by their little riot to see me slip through there.
Okay, maybe if I slip through, that will be fine. Okay. Okay. Wait, so Okay, I don't seem to be able to reach that. And there's not... Oh, okay, there's a way. Maybe up here? I'm really good at video games. Okay. Forge. Beautiful.
We've still got the upper hand, lads. Our shop steward's got the key card, and the only way they're getting on the floor is through him.
I'd like to see him try and take it away from him.
Well, he's a bruiser, isn't he? Glad he's on our side.
Oh! That killed me! Oh my god. Fuck's sake! I hope they've been, like, auto-saving me. Also, I love it when you die, you get these little articles. Victoria being promoted to regional administrator. My career advancement by going on holiday. It's so good. Okay, well, fingers crossed we didn't lose too much progress. Okay, looks fine. Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. Now we know we can't go through the evil...
Maybe they'll all be too distracted by their little riot to see me slip through there.
Okay. Fine. Fine, fine. Ooh. Wait, did someone just cheer or something? Alright, so someone's gonna have to tell me what that was, because I actually couldn't see, sorry.
We've still got the upper hand, lads. Our shop steward's got the key card, and the only way they're getting on the floor is through him.
Or maybe someone just followed. Oh my god, thank you for the follow, Sophia's Queer.
Glad he's on our side.
Thank you so much. You're very nice. Okay, so how the fuck am I supposed to get past this? I don't understand. It's really confusing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hydrate. Okay. So, am I just supposed to kind of like rush through? Because I'm pretty sure that I can't get through. It doesn't really look like there's anywhere else I can go. Okay, so maybe... Oh, I need to turn the wheel. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's also the same. Okay. Don't mind me. You're not gonna crawl in here after me. Getting away once again. Okay. A nice little contraption. Okay, sorry about this combat music. They were going hard with this. Okay, that's all this is. Great. Oh, I have to go back. Uh-oh. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Okay, beautiful, gorgeous. Okay, do I have to jump? Is she gonna jump from there?
Keep your eyes on the doors, lads. Nobody in or out. And nobody disturbs my siesta.
No wonder Verloc
My
locked himself away.
siesta.
With that brute poking around.
If I can get the power back on, the Bobbies will get things sorted. There may be Tony Verloc
No.
who come out of hiding.
I want to help the workers. Boo. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So we have 2 different areas we have to turn the electricity back on. Okay, okay, okay. Oh. I see. Okay.
Well, they certainly don't have faith in Verloc. Maybe I shouldn't have trusted him.
No, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't trust any of these losers. You're all evil. I love this like radicalization journey for Miss Bing. Okay, this. Okay. I don't know what that did. Actually have no idea what that did. That's funny. Okay. What I do know is that it did something. Okay, there's one up there, but it's quite far away. Okay.
Explosives? You want your money?
I'm a little confused here. These accents are killing me. We want Sally Boyle. Time to have a little nap. A little lie down. Oh, oh. Stealthy queen. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. There we go. Beautiful. What combat? What do you mean I'm in combat? I don't see any combat happening. Okay, please tell me this is one of the power things. Gorgeous.
That's one power switch. One to go.
Okay. I hate that I'm hurting the workers, though. It makes me sad. Okay.
Oh, that's very, very, very far down indeed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Quite. Oh, do I have to do that thing where I like run and jump over? That sounds a little scary. Oh my god! Why did that actually scare me, IRL? Oh, oh, if I had just fallen down there, I would have been so mad. Okay. Okay, it looks like we still are not as high up as we need to. Oh, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello there. Hi. Don't put your fucking whip away. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Would love to stay in chat, but we'll have to take a rain check for now. Ta-ta. Okay. I'm so happy for you, or so sorry that happened. I'm not reading all that.
And I are going to have a little chat about management principles.
Management principles. Oh shit. Okay, so glad I was able to open that door. How the fuck am I supposed to go back? There must be a way up. Scary. Wait, I actually have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Has anybody noticed something that I have like failed to notice about this situation? Can I just jump? No. I'm really good at video games, I promise. Oh, I think I'm supposed to jump on this. One second. Okay. Beautiful. I don't know if those arcs kill instantly, but I do know that I really don't want to find out. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Wait, do I have a map? Oh, should I get another skill point thing? Okay, I think we'll wait for one more. Okay, where? I feel like I'm supposed to go down, but I actually don't know. I don't have a map. Open the main gate to the factory. Get key card from the shop steward. Okay. Oh. Damn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna lose this so bad. Oh no. Wait, how do I dodge attacks? Wait, how do I dodge? What do you mean dodge? Oh my god. Oh my god. No. 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 I don't know how to dodge. Oh my god, you guys never told me how to dodge. I'm gonna die. I'm so dead. Wait, okay. Alright, let me just... Let me just take 2 seconds, you guys. Let me just take a quick little moment. Okay. I'm sorry. Where is my... I need the key bindings. Um... I don't see key binding. Oh, keyboard mapping. Okay. There better be a dodge here. Where is the dodge? Move forward, barrel left, right, jump, sprint, walk. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I can shove with R. That's good to know. There is no dodge. I'm gonna scream. There is supposedly a map. So this also seems to be my right move also seems to be there is a block, okay. We're back here again. Oh my god. I think you're right that they mean dodge like avoid, but I don't appreciate that language because it's confusing for a gamer girl who now thinks that maybe there is like a dodge button. It's confusing. This place is so stressful, you guys. I don't like it at all. Terrible vibes. I think, yeah, I think that is my block as well. But wait, let me double check that. Okay, so. Together, we're gonna play this game so good. Yeah, the block is the right thing. It's interesting because I have a shove, but that also seems to be the same as my block. Yeah, the shove is the same as my block. Great. Great, great, great. Now, hopefully I can, like, kill these guys this time first. Because having to deal with all of them... Okay. Alright, now we should just be dealing with the boss. And the other thing I might do is I might try to just get a quick little level up. Oh, I don't have enough for these. Whip attacks consume less stamina. Sure. At this point, anything that will help me. Oh, and let's do another health thing now. Perfect. I hate him!
You stay out of this, Miss Bing.
Yeah, we start out of this. I shan't, actually. He's like, you can't dodge him though. So I guess they just mean for me to like run around. Oh, I have to hit him with 2. Nice of them to show me that after the fact. It's fine. I'm just gonna take my joy. No, I just helped the police.
Attention! Attention! The constabulary is pleased to report that the beautification efforts hitherto taking place on these here premises have concluded satisfactorily. You may resume your regular course of workday activities. Off you go.
So glad the beautification's gone well.
All's well that ends well, Dr. V. No need to thank us.
Here he is, the man of... This guy's evil. Like, evil, evil, evil.
It's been too long.
You seem to be having a bit of a mutiny.
Oh, they do that. Not
They
to
do
worry,
that.
Everything is very well.
Those guys.
Very promising lines of research. All sorts of...
I hope they haven't had one of your bad batches.
Oh, you're rather well informed. I can't just think faster, Miss Bing. I work until every thought is rubbish, and then I try to sleep. If I had Sally Boyle back...
I seriously doubt my father would return her to you.
I swear I am this close to a permanent solution. But even if it doesn't work, at some point, you know, we'll be down to a sustainable population.
That certainly is a permanent solution.
There's no food coming over the bridge, and we're not growing any. So how many of us are sustainable, Tony?
You seem a bit off, you know, a bit sad.
He wants to lock you up.
I've got a lovely pick-me-up.
Tony, I'm not someone you can throw into a cell like poor Mad Harry.
Yes, well, please go back and tell the executive committee I'll have a brilliant new formula presently.
He won't ever have a solution, will he?
Didn't you hear him? When enough people die, the rest will have food. Oh, you've got to get people off these ridiculous pills.
I'll never convince Father of that.
Oh, forget your damn father. It's a miracle he hasn't already run for the hills.
He's just lost hope. Everyone's let him down. You can't lead if no one will follow. I have to prove to him that people will be reasonable once they come off their joy. But they won't do it willingly.
Some of your father's soldiers became addicted to opium. Punishing them was no use, so he locked them up until they weren't addicted anymore.
Yes. I could cut off the joy to the whole island. All I have to do is shut down its allocator hub. Then Father will see people can come to their senses.
One island? Huh. I have never found half measures to be useful. They only make the oppressor angry.
That's the attitude that got you sent to prison.
That's the attitude that
I
got
love
me
her.
a country. What have you got?
Damn. So, Operation Killjoy. This is why I wanted to stream it, because I felt like it would be like a good, like, kind of satisfying conclusion to this whole thing. Just to give you a little lore drop on Verloc, this dude here, basically he was majorly abusive to one of the playable characters, Sally Boyle, who plays in the main storyline. He stole all her ideas and then was really horrible to her. So now that he doesn't have this girl that he could just steal her ideas, he's like really struggling. He doesn't actually know anything. He's not actually smart. So he's floundering, and everyone's paying the price. Funny, they also told me that there was a map button, but I don't think there is a map. I don't think there is one. Leave Hayworth Labs. So just, is this where I leave? Or is it? I think it's down here. Yeah, I think it's here.
Miss Bing, Dr. V would like you to come back. It's the water system. Those old pipes are contaminating the joy, you see. He's got some blueprints to show you.
Some other time, perhaps.
We won't take no for an answer.
Oh. I like how the doctors have fucking chainsaw weapons. Good night. Oh my god, literally feminist killjoy. Oh my god, if I could show Sarah Ahmed this moment. I feel like Sarah Ahmed would really appreciate this because, like, it's a, like, British Indian storyline of, like, fighting colonizers and literally killing Joy. Anyway, someone tweet her about it. I'm too embarrassed. I'm worried she liked the video. She watched my video essay and hated it. I don't know. Why not?
Damn it. It's after dark. The Bobbies won't care whose daughter I am if I'm breaking curfew.
I'd be more worried about the doctors. That man is desperate. He'll send every man he's got.
Bringing joy to the world since 1953. Doctors will now attack us on site. This game has a curfew. You're not allowed to be out at nighttime. So usually you want to find yourself a little base, like a little home where you can kind of hide out at nighttime. Now, I vaguely remember there was... And there'll be little spankers trying to detect you. Now, I know I can go this way. Oh, so fun. No, I didn't actually... I don't think I want to go in here, actually. Okay. There's like quite a few doctors here. Oh, okay, that went well. Combat it is. Oh my god, that was way too much. I'm just gonna run through. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, I'm so fucked. Oh, I've really fucked it. I'm actually so dead. I need to get up high and I need to take a thing. Oh, everything's fine. Are they coming after me? So, I feel this was not the way to go, but maybe it was. Okay, this is not correct.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay. Okay. Okay, this is scary. Okay, so I need to go through here. This let me go. I'm just, you know, just an ordinary citizen. Ooh, contraption. Oh fuck. Oh, I'm actually so cooked, you guys. Oh, I'm fear I'm a little bit fucked. And this is entirely on me. Oh yeah, I got confused. He's gonna go home. Oh. Okay, that's better. Okay. Alright. The ordinary citizens not whip police officers? So, I'm not clear on how I'm supposed to get through here. I think I have to spin this wheel. Yeah, So that seems really impossible.
What's that?
Nothing. Please work, please work, please work. This is how I played through all of We Happy Few, was just like cheesing my way through and hoping for the best. Oh, beautiful. We got through. Alrighty. I'm gonna get to this next objective and then I think I'll start winding down because it's past my bedtime and I haven't had dinner yet.
The pill allocator ought to be on the other side of that canal.
What's that he's got there then? Some sort of toy? To think, he used to be the head of counterintelligence.
You never know who'll go down the next. Might be you. Might be me.
Ooh, I need to
Might
go
be
spend a
you.
penny. Then we can book him proper.
That's Johnny Bolton. I thought he'd run off to
Johnny
the Garden
Bolton.
District. He's got some sort of gun.
Calling Central. Come in, Central. Special agent.
Ooh,
Bolton.
interesting. So we get a new little gun. Ooh, cute. Okay. I'm gonna get stuck and I'm just gonna keep playing and I think I should probably head off now. Okay, looks like I can just quit because it saves automatically. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for coming along to tonight's stream. I'm sorry I didn't get... I wanted to, like... I had this ridiculous fantasy of, like, clearing through this entire DLC, which was obviously never going to happen in one stream. I'm not entirely sure. I might keep streaming it. If I do, I don't know, maybe I will just continue to do YouTube and Twitch dual streams. I don't know how interested my YouTube viewers are in watching me play video games, but I do think it could be kind of cute to to finish out this storyline with y'all if you're interested in that. So if it's something that you want, let me know. Yes, okay. I hope everybody enjoyed the new video essay. I hope everybody who came along tonight enjoyed this stream, and thank you for like putting up with my whining about it not doing well. You guys are very nice, and I've had a really lovely time hanging out with y'all tonight. I'm tired and a bit ill. Mama needs to log off. Yes, if you're watching the replay tonight as well, thank you so much for watching the replay of this stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. And let me know if you want to see me continuing to finish out this game's storyline here on stream. Regardless, I will be doing more streams. I really want to live stream more, and we will have more videos. We're not giving up. Okay. Lovely. I'm bad at ending streams. I feel goodbyes are hard. They're awkward and difficult. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day / evening, whatever time zone you're in. And thank you again so much for stopping by. And I will see you in my next stream and or video. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Ta-ra for now. Take your